Imagine a golden liquid, shimmering in the sun as if it had trapped fragments of celestial light itself within it. Since time immemorial, kings, warriors, and entire peoples have revered this preciousness, not only for its flavor, but for the power it carries. I'm talking about honey, a gift from nature that has spanned generations as a symbol of health, strength, and longevity. But before we enjoy its benefits, it's worth understanding how it's created and why each type of honey is unique. Honey production begins long before it reaches your jar or table. Worker bees set out in search of flower nectar, a sweet liquid produced to attract pollinators. This nectar is stored in the bee's honey stomach, where special enzymes begin to break down complex sugars into simpler forms. When the bee returns to the hive, it regurgitates the nectar to another bee. And this process repeats until the humidity is significantly reduced, aided by the heat and ventilation provided by the constant beating of its wings. The result is a food that doesn't spoil easily, thanks to its low humidity and acidic pH. Honey can remain stable for decades, or even centuries, when stored properly. Proof of this are the jars of honey found intact in ancient Egyptian tombs. The variety of honey depends directly on the flowers visited by the bees. For example, orange blossom honey tends to have a mild flavor and delicate aroma, while eucalyptus honey is stronger, with minty notes. Wild honey, in turn, gathers nectar from several species and is usually full. This diversity not only affects the taste, but also the nutritional and medicinal profile of the honey. Honey can range from light, almost transparent hues to deep, dark hues. In general, the darker the honey, the higher the concentration of antioxidants. The texture also changes. Some honeys crystallize quickly, becoming more pasty, while others remain liquid for a long time. This is not a sign of spoilage, but rather a natural process that preserves all the product's properties. In addition to pure honey, there are derivative products such as honeycomb, which is chewed like natural gum, releasing wax, vitamins, and minerals directly into the mouth. Another example is honey with propolis, which adds even more potent antibacterial properties. Understanding the production and varieties of honey allows us to appreciate not only its flavor, but also the meticulous work of the bees and the perfect balance that nature created to make this food not only a natural sweetener but a veritable liquid pharmacy. Honey is much more than a natural sweetener. It contains a powerful combination of simple carbohydrates, minerals, vitamins, and bioactive compounds that positively impact various areas of health. Among its best-known benefits is its ability to provide quick and sustainable energy. Thanks to its glucose and fructose content, honey is absorbed gradually, preventing blood sugar spikes like those found in refined sugar. This makes it a good option for providing energy before physical activity or for replenishing strength after intense exertion. Honey is also rich in antioxidants such as flavonoids and phenolic compounds, which combat free radicals responsible for premature aging and chronic diseases. These substances help protect cells and tissues against oxidative damage, strengthening the immune system. Another notable feature is its anti-inflammatory action, useful for relieving sore throats, reducing coughs, and aiding recovery from colds. This is due not only to its viscous texture, which forms a protective layer, but also to its antimicrobial properties that fight bacteria and viruses. In the field of mental health, studies show that honey can help regulate serotonin levels in the brain, improving mood and promoting deep sleep. Therefore, consuming a small amount of honey before bed can help combat insomnia and anxiety. Furthermore, honey is a natural ally in the recovery of wounds and burns. Applied topically, it creates a protective barrier against infection and maintains a moist environment, promoting healing. Consuming honey regularly, always in moderation, is a simple gesture that can result in noticeable improvements in mood, immunity, and overall well-being, especially when combined with a balanced diet. The digestive system is one of the areas most benefited by regular honey consumption. Thanks to its prebiotic action, it feeds the beneficial bacteria present in the intestine, helping to maintain a balanced gut microbiome. This promotes efficient digestion and strengthens immunity, as much of the body's defenses are linked to the intestine. Honey contains oligosaccharides, which are not digested in the stomach beauties. They are fermented in the colon, where they produce short-chain fatty acids. These acids help maintain the integrity of the intestinal mucosa, preventing inflammation and disorders such as irritable bowel syndrome. Furthermore, honey is known to relieve symptoms of gastroesophageal reflux disease (GERD) by reducing acidity and protecting the esophageal lining. Its viscous texture creates a natural film that soothes irritation, while its anti-inflammatory properties contribute to tissue recovery. Another important aspect is its ability to fight harmful microorganisms, such as the bacterium Helicobacter pylori, responsible for many stomach ulcers. Studies show that honey can inhibit the growth of this bacteria and aid in treatment. Honey's digestive action is also enhanced by its natural enzymes, which help break down carbohydrates and proteins, facilitating nutrient absorption. This can be particularly helpful for people suffering from poor digestion or nutritional deficiencies. Including honey in your diet is not only a way to sweeten foods, but also to promote intestinal health, prevent digestive problems, and strengthen the body's balance from the inside out. Cardiovascular disease is among the leading causes of death worldwide, and diet plays a decisive role in prevention. In this scenario, honey stands out as a natural ally for heart health. Rich in antioxidants such as flavonoids and phenolic acids, it helps reduce the oxidation of LDL bad cholesterol, preventing the buildup of plaque in the arteries. This effect protects against atherosclerosis, which can lead to heart attacks and strokes. Moderate honey consumption is also associated with lower blood pressure, thanks to its ability to improve blood vessel dilation and reduce inflammation in the arterial walls. At the same time, it can help increase HDL good cholesterol, which helps remove excess fat from the blood. Another cardiovascular benefit is protection against oxidative stress, one of the main enemies of arterial health. Honey neutralizes free radicals and preserves the integrity of heart cells. Studies in humans and animals indicate that including honey in the diet, combined with healthy habits, can improve lipid profiles and reduce the risk of heart disease. It's a simple measure, but one that can yield significant long-term results. Honey can be an ally in weight control when consumed strategically. Although it is high in calories, its natural sugars fructose and glucose are absorbed more slowly than refined sugar, preventing spikes in blood glucose that promote fat accumulation. It can also help suppress appetite, providing longer-lasting satiety and reducing cravings for processed sweets. Furthermore, its mild thermogenic effect can stimulate metabolism, aiding in calorie burning. However, it's important to remember that moderation is key. Excessive consumption can lead to weight gain and compromise the benefits. For people with diabetes or metabolic conditions, use should be guided by a healthcare professional. If you want to reap all these benefits, start with small changes. Replace sugar in coffee or tea with honey, add it to yogurt or fruit, and include it in healthy recipes. Now that you know all the power of honey from its production to its effects on the body, how about starting to include this precious ingredient in your diet today? Your body, mind, and heart will thank you. Share this knowledge, encourage others, and remember, health begins with small, everyday choices.